Welcome to this episode of YouTube where I've entitled it Snow Melt, and we are in the middle of that, and that means that you're going to see a little bit of a change in how the wolves are viewed on the webcam. So the first thing that we see is this ice that the drainage from up on top of the hill, the snow has drained down into the kind of the lower area of the enclosure, and we've been getting freezing temperatures every night, and so that water during the day freezes into an ice layer, and certainly that's gotten the wolves stimulated. They've been doing some stiff leg jumps where they jump on, pounce on the ice and try to break through it, but just even the crunching sound gets them kind of excited. And we're getting some morning dominance that in some ways may be triggered by temperature. Again, this time of the year we always get a little bit of that seasonal dominance that is classic in January and February. Here in March, when we get a cold morning, it kind of hangs on a little bit. But we're seeing some rank order issues, and certainly the pups are moving and trying to move their way up in the rank order, trying to figure out where they fit in with the pack as they become yearling. Aiden is normally showing dominance towards Denali. That's something that he's done since he's taken over this exhibit pack in 2011. And so that sometimes leaves Denali with a little bit of redirected aggression. We see him sometimes driving towards the pups or chasing the pups or putting a heavy paw on the pup, and then Aiden will put an end to it, and Denali usually reverts back up into the woods and kind of watches from afar. But more and more we're seeing involvement of the entire pack engaging in rank order issues, and this was witnessed in the morning of wolf care, where again Aiden is showing a little bit of dominance towards Denali. Denali has got his ears tucked and he's dropping his head and he's accepting that dominance, and then goes off into the woods. But notice the pup's tail, and this is Grayson going kind of towards Denali, taking a grab and then kind of running. So when he's approaching Denali, his tail is in a T2 or even sometimes a T1, straight back or high above the back. But as soon as Denali turns and faces him, the tail drops back down. That's pretty classic of a juvenile. Juveniles have a tendency to want to get involved and like to try to, again, stimulate some of their behavioral response of dominance, yet as soon as they're confronted, they go back into a juvenile state and are more submissive. So in this case, again, Aiden's just following and posturing a little bit over Denali, but Grayson comes down and has a tail above the back. As long as Aiden's there dealing with Denali, Grayson's helping. So we're watching these back and forth, and we're really trying to see, again, how the social alliances may be playing themselves out in this rank order. And we really do see Grayson really aligned with Aiden. And this is video footage that was taken from the surveillance camera yesterday morning. We fed a beaver, and not much activity in the morning. By about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the pups started feeding again. And this is Axel feeding on the beaver, and Aiden and Grayson in a very social engagement. The likelihood is that Aiden probably started this in a grooming behavior because there's blood on Grayson's nose, but gets into a much more social behavior, and Grayson then does an obnoxious submission towards Aiden and kind of follows through with his body real low. And whereas Axel, a little bit more, definitely submissive ears and lower body, but not willing to roll over so much for Aiden. So Aiden's going to go into a little more forceful standover, kind of pushing Axel down, a pin or kind of a scruff bite, a little more hard muzzle biting on Axel than on Grayson. But you can see Grayson here willingly submitting and rolling over for Aiden. So that's something that we've been continuing to watch is the alliances, because as Aiden is 8 going on 9, we in the past have seen pack leader changes around the age of 10. So as Aiden ages here, who these pups align with, whether they align with Bolt's, the possible challenger, or Aiden, is going to make a difference. So over in Grizzer's area, we do have Grizzer separated again from Luna. That's because his back right leg is still not quite healed. You can see a little bit of a limp on that. By having them separated, then we get to give them both a larger piece of food like a beaver that they can guard, and we wouldn't normally give with Grizzer and Luna together because Luna gets a little bit too defensive. So Grizzer got a beaver, but notice here he's caching it in the den. But what I'm most interested in is he's putting pressure on that back right leg. He's caching, so he's lifting his front legs there a little bit, and he's really putting good weight on that back right leg. So that was encouraging. We did not take him to the vet clinic just yet. We wanted to try another week of anti-inflammatory just to see how that, if that helps improve his leg condition. Plus, we removed all the variables. We locked him off of the back habitat, which is extremely icy. We put cover hay everywhere in this enclosure, so he doesn't have an ice condition. So we took out the variable of ice. We took out the variable of Luna, and we are, again, trying to see if that can heal a little bit on his own. We're always reluctant to immobilize a wolf near 13 years of age unless we have to. And so we did try to get a blood sample from Grizzer. Sometimes we were able to take blood with him, but he's a little suspect right now. He doesn't want anyone touching his back leg at all, and so even on his back left leg, we try to draw blood, and that wasn't going to happen. So we'll watch that for another week. They'll probably be separated, so on the webcam, you just see Luna on the east side. Grizzer's still alive and well, just happens to be in the pack holding area, so we can keep a closer eye on him. And this situation is one, like I said, his back right leg is a little bit of a concern. So Luna had her birthday on March 25th, and as part of her birthday webinar, she was treated to some bison jerky from Karen and Carolyn Owens, and also some venison, kind of little freeze-dried venison cakes that Tricia D'Antoni had sent up, and we gave her those, and she had a great webinar, and we saw her, again, we hit them in the cover hay, we saw her find them, and then in some cases scent roll on them. So it was a kind of an exciting webinar for Luna. So she's actually doing okay with Grizzer being separated. There's less anxiety for Grizzer. Last time I separated him, he really kind of wanted to get back in this pack holding area. And so we switched him around and put Luna on the east side and Grizzer in the pack holding area, and seemed much more content with that. Luna is getting quite a bit more body work. She's a lot more relaxed, doesn't have to deal with another wolf, and so that's a good transition for her as well. And these warmer temperatures, we are definitely seeing the wolves switching to more of a nocturnal pattern, even crepuscular, dawn and dusk activity, less daytime activity, and certainly not laying at all on the cover hay now that temperatures during the daytime are in the 40s and 50s. Still at night we're freezing, and that's why this snow just isn't going away, and it's a real slow melt here. But as soon as those temperatures warm at nighttime above freezing, we'll start to see more snow decrease, and you're going to see less activity on the webcam. But that's it for right now, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. As the pups transition to adulthood, we have transitioned the adoption kits along with them. We are using a zippered ped folio for the adoption kit. It still includes a 5x7 photo, the behavioral guide for your adopted wolf, a adoption certificate, an adopt a wolf card, a 4x6 post-it note with a unique photo of your adopted wolf, a Wolf Center pen, and an 8 gig flash drive that, for all the flash drives, they feature Aiden on the cover, but on the flash drive are 10 images and 10 video clips of your adopted wolf. So that's new for 2017. You can find those online at the Wolf Den store. Thanks for watching.